I get a little emotional because the trajectory of my life was such that I would have ended up either in jail or dead. What has happened to you? And I had never realized that spending time alone with Jesus each day was changing my life. He literally took away my desire to drink. I couldn't quit. So the only way that you'll ever do this is if I do it for you. And amidst the odds, Jesus saved my life, literally.
How are you doing today?
I am well. Happy to be here with you, Ricardo.
Yes, it's wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation to talk with me.
My pleasure.
Yeah. How have you been? I know you've taken on a new role and stuff like that. We're going to get into that a little bit, but how have you been? How have Pastor Potts been?
So I'll tell you, the new role has been, it's been a little tiring.
Yeah.
And so the first month was the most difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I tease a little bit. I say I nearly died the first month. But since then, I've been kind of bit by bit, God has been helping me to figure some things out.
Yes.
And there are there are ebbs and flows as you go through. There's really crazy busy weeks, and then there's weeks where you can catch your breath. But I'm doing all right. Yeah.
I'm happy to hear. For those of us who don't know, can you tell us what you do?
Well, right now I am the president of the Alberta Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Nice. And I know before that you were a senior pastor. You probably don't like the word senior.
I prefer the term lead pastor.
Lead pastor, okay. I remember when I said that one time with you when we were leading out. But you were the lead pastor for College Seventh-day Adventist Church here in Lacombe.
Right, on the campus of Burman University.
And you've done that for how long?
6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
Wow. And so now you've taken on the role of president for the Alberta Conference, and that's been about 3 months, I think?
No, it's actually 6 months.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Tomorrow will be, a day less than 6 months.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really, whoa, time really flies.
And the transition was very quick.
Mm-hmm.
I was elected on Sunday, and I asked the union president, when do you need me in the office? He says, tomorrow. And that was it. The next day I started. So.
Wow. So you were just like thrown into the water kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, it's good to have you as our leader. I've had the opportunity to spend some time with you when I was doing my practicum, and I've learned a lot under your tutelage. So
it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I grew up in Ontario. I was raised in a Christian church, not a Seventh-day Adventist church. I was raised in the United Church of Canada. Mm-hmm. And when I was 18, I met an Adventist girl. Actually, I was 17, I met an Adventist girl in high school who was a very positive influence on my life. We had a good friendship for a few years, and during that time, I became a Seventh-day Adventist. I was baptized at age 18, and within a year, felt a call to be a pastor, and came out here a year after my baptism. I was here in Burman University studying to be a pastor.
Wow. I remember one time you were preaching and you mentioned that you wanted to be an accountant. Well,
that was my goal. I was heading that direction. I was actually at University of Waterloo, my first year of university. I was in a math program with a chartered accounting option. Mm-hmm. And but that was my goal, to be a chartered accountant.
Yeah. And so was there a supernatural experience that made the shift? Because it seemed like you wanted to be a pastor, but then you were on the path to be an accountant. And then...
Yeah, I mean, when I was in high school, I was just headed towards accounting the whole time.
Yeah.
And it was my final year of high school that I was baptized. My life, when I came to know Jesus personally, my life totally changed. And I thought, well, let me continue down the road I was going. But it was during that first year of university at Waterloo that I felt the call to be a pastor. And that training in accountancy has been helpful in my role. Yeah.
Well, that's good. What aspect of your faith and personal values have influenced your leadership style?
Well, I'm a pretty collaborative leader. And I think that my personal style is that everybody needs to be seen, be heard, and that we're a team, and so I think that certainly has influenced it. I don't personally resonate with a leader who is kind of large and in charge. That's not me.
Right.
And I think that really the collaborative approach works best today. Yeah.
So you're very inclusive in your leadership style.
Yes.
Yeah. What has that been like for you since you've become president? Do you find it different being like, obviously it's going to be more work because now you're like the leader of all churches in Alberta?
Well, I found that our team in the office is just an amazing team and dedicated Christian people that are eager to advance the cause of Christ. And so it's a pleasure to work with a team like that. We have nearly 30 people when you take all of the office employees in. Treasury is quite a few, and I don't work as directly with Treasury. Right. But I work with the departmental directors, with our HR director. I work with, of course, our executive secretary and our treasurer, and it's just a pleasure. I mean, my assistant, Debbie, she has been in that role for quite a few years, and she knows what needs to happen. In fact, the former president told me, just do what Debbie tells you to do.
Yeah, that's kind of sometimes the case when you have a really good secretary.
Yeah.
Like, what are some challenges that you face? Because I can imagine that this is not your first time being in a presidential leadership role.
It's my first time as president. I was executive secretary in Mansask for 5 years before coming to College Heights Church. So I was in the office 5 years, then back in pastoral ministry 6 years, and now back in the office. And
so you did kind of have that administrative experience.
Correct.